Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mancillon. I am called to come back and speak today about spiritual ascension path, about this great motion that is going on the whole planet. First, I need to to congratulate you because and to encourage you for the path already traversed. We all need that. We need to be a supporter of ourselves, and to all those who are making even small steps. We all should be encouraged to continue this journey, for we have already conquered and traversed much of the shadowland. But for the whole of humanity, the Archangel Michael has said that everybody, now we pass this 8-8 portal, has really marked. And although the energy is very calm and peaceful for me here today, it's very flat. It's like, so it's time to rest and recuperate. But Michael announced that the collective is entering into a dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is the time where we're leaving the whole reality of the physical senses, and we have to address all of the shadowland before and the rewards will be the freedom of our soul. This astral planes, as the great poet Dante Alighieri in his Divine Comedy, in the sacred poem, he explains that the path to paradise starts in hell, and then we are as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil, because we are guided. We can always call on the light, and we need to traverse that. We need to go through all those cycles, and we find the light in purgatory, and then we will access heaven, and then we'll find the freedom above that in the fifth dimension. So the rewards will be tremendous, but we have to accept to there is all kinds of sorrow, of fear, doubt, all kinds of things that may show up. It's like a life review. We have to integrate that, but call on your guides, call on your creator, call on an archangel, or the timers, the collective group of the ascended master. And so for each of the seven level of the fourth dimension that we're traversing has its own challenge, has its own adversity, has its own lesson. And so we every time we ask to let go of certain things, to let go of certain people, to let go of certain behavior, let go of certain positioning. I'm sorry, the mosquitoes are really violent, and they come as the result of the chemtrails that they throw in the sky. All of that will soon end. It's like it cannot last for very long, but there is very specific challenge to each level. So it's like sometimes it feels like it's a never-ending story, but the gift of freedom will come as the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's not like the higher self. Our higher self loves the challenges, loves the adversity. That's why it's throwing so much into our life. It's because we're learning so much through the process. And so do not be angry about your soul and your spirit for sending you the challenges. For a long time I was really pissed off at my soul and my own because it's like I had to reconcile myself with that, to say that to see that and even when we traverse those darker aspects, for much has been traversed for those who have been working on themselves, but humanity is just beginning into that. We still have, sometimes we're getting glimpse of freedom, we're getting glimpse of higher dimensions, and we're becoming more aware of the support system of the path that the path will lead to freedom. So do not get overly concerned. Just be as detached as possible. Sometimes I was forced to detach myself. It doesn't mean that I'm cold and indifferent in relationship to the struggle of others, but we have to address our frequency first, and we have to trust that everybody will find their own way. We need to, as we hold the frequency, we can assist them as they ask. We can open the door. We can send love and light to their higher self. There is many ways to assist that does not imply that we're going to commiserate with them. Like, because a lot of people are going to have to face very disconnect from all kinds of illusion and limited belief that have been keeping them entrapped. And so we are here to assist them. The card of the day is the yin. It's the divine feminine. It's to allow things to unfold naturally without forcing anything, to be in a receptive mode. And so because either we come into the light or we're consumed by it. Even the dark ones, they know that some of them will hold on to the darkness and they will continue destroying everything they have into the battle, but do not listen to them. Do not pay attention. Work on your frequency in your connection to God and the source. For even when we're traversing difficulty, those difficulty will become less and less and less as we ascend through once we've done the transmutation, then we're free of that. Then we may have another things, but there is always the light is coming down, and so either for the dark souls, either they're going to come into the light and face the responsibility of their own creation. They have to balance out the energy, or they'll be consumed by the light. For us as spiritual warriors, as pure hearts, when we consume by the light, it will elevate us into ways that we cannot even imagine. But for a dark heart to be consumed into the light will be very painful. Huh? So if they do not return to the light, they will be consumed by it and they will be eliminated or removed. But so we need to address our frequency first, rather than the other circumstances. And we have to prepare for a big change, a huge change in lifestyle, in behavior, in positioning, in life habits. But we came here to experience the pain of humanity as well, so we can have compassion and empathy in relationship to what everybody's experiencing down here. And but we are being educated, but we have to have faith and trust that everybody has a soul and a spirit and guides that will guide them. We just need to encourage them in turning within as much as possible. And for there are many in the cosmos, the spirits is always having a lot of humor in relationship to the great ignorance that we have in relationship to our universe, because we know so little and we claim to know so much. But because even in our solar system, there are planets that are completely invisible. They hold gravity, but they're invisible. So sometimes it's like, what is bizarre? They cannot explain phenomena. Even star systems that are merged into the light and they're completely invisible. A lot of them will hold a physical presence, although their civilization is on a higher plane. But much will be released, and everything will be known eventually. For it is when it's like, how much unity consciousness can you handle as well? And it's like, for me, it's like well, I wanted to talk about the solar flash also. Before that, I wanted to say that the solar flash will come and really will create the separation of world. But you are the key. You don't need to wait for a solar flash. You have the inner portal that can open you to unity, peace, joy, and love. You are the golden key that opens the door. You are that which you seek. You are the God you seek. So it's like everybody's got different karmic baggages. It's like it's unique, but we cannot take those baggages up there. So this traverse of the astral plane is an opportunity to let go of all those baggages and to transmute them. Well, when I first discovered the presence, the reality of God and the truth by God, he explains that there is really the potential to fuse your consciousness and to become all that is. So it's like very enthusiastically, I jumped into the opportunity, because that was decades and decades ago. But sometimes I feel like I was a bit too ambitious, but now it's set. I have no choice. It's like everything has been set in motion, and I trust my I am presence to take me. Because there is the existential part of God that is pure light, pure divinity, and it's just a matter of being able to integrate ever-increasing octave of love and light. But there is the existential part of God that is both pure and impure. God is when God is in the pure perspective, he fights against the darkness. Was in the impure perspective, he is the devil that's creating all this chaos. God cannot let anything go to believe that anything or anyone is outside of the power of God. Is complete illusion. So God accepts to be a ghost and demon as well. That's been revealed. I'm not like explaining something that God has not allowed for me to reveal. Is that there's unity consciousness, because it's both the pure and the impure. But as soul, most soul has, we have to let go of all that is impure in order to achieve the realm of light and to disengage. Once we're fully empowered, then we'll be called to integrate the experiential part of this universal experience that is both pure and impure. But for now, we need to climb the mountains of light first. But sometimes I feel like the fact to want to become one with all that is, even on the human level, the spirit is exposing me to lifestyle and people and energies that are so far beyond, outside of my sense of self. Their life choice is like so far away from what I choose. But I realize I do not have the courage of God to share all experiences. It's like I'm so far outside of that. But I'm led to that. I'm led to that process, and and I'm just going through the motion, both in to realize my existential experience as an extension of the pure existence of the creator, as well as the experiential evolution process of this universe. So it's like sometimes I feel like my eyes were bigger than my stomach. It's like I to choose, but God knows we're completely capable. He knows where we stand. He knows our ups. He knows our down. He knows our limitation, and He wants to remove as much limitation. It's like how much can we contain of that divinity? For the divinity is truly infinite, so there will never be an end to the process of evolution. For now, we need to move from ignorance into lucidity, from darkness into light, from impure into pure. Then we'll be integrating the nature of all reality in order to become universal beings, but that will come later. So I just saw there was this little anecdote, so I share, is that there is a I've been killing mosquitoes on site now because they're really and yesterday or the day before, I saw there was a mosquito, and I slapped, and it was a little ant, and it was like, and it was this little thing that happened in my head. It's like the ant telling me, "Hey, what are you doing to me? What are you slapping me?" I say, "Well, I thought you were a mosquito." I say, "You see, I'm not a mosquito." It's like, "I'm sorry. What are you doing here?" I say, "Well, I'm like working. I'm an ant. I work all the time. I'm not on vacation." "Yeah, but you're so far away from anything that you have no place here where I am." It's like, "Well, I'm just part of this great group of exploration looking for resources for my colony." So I say, "Well, okay, well, I'm going to put you outside. Huh? You're going to find your way." I say, "Yeah, don't worry about it." So I put her outside, and we parted in friendly terms. And so continue to call on your source, call on your creator, call on your, in whichever way you want to, it doesn't matter. It's all from intention. For God is all and within all. And so it is the illusion of separation that created, but it creates a dynamism for evolution and the perfection of character. For it is all about building character to the creator, so that we can become co-creator and eventually full creator of our reality. So this is just some thoughts and ideas, some principles I'm trying to share as honestly as possible, as spontaneously as possible in relationship to what I feel, to what I experience, and we're passing through this great portal. I thank you very much for your presence, for your continuous efforts. For very soon we're going to unify. We're going to work together outside of the dark egregores to create this new world. Now we're going to be able to be given the means by which to solidify that and to encourage all the goodwill. There's all kinds of good projects, a lot of creativity, a lot of good heart that is being communicated and expressed, and continue to broadcast light and to encourage people. Even if people make very small step in progress, they should be encouraged with that. It's not even the dark souls needs to have the potential of returning into the light. Well, I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song that came into my mind. There was a coincidence in a little bit, but in a way. But I couldn't get it out of my mind. It's a very old song from the 1950s, more my parents' generation, from the group, a band named the Platters. And a funny anecdote, when my parents were teenagers, they met in the south of France, and they were champions of acrobatic rock and roll, and my grandparents didn't like that at all. And one day the Platters came in Orange, in this little town in the south of France, and so they went to sit, and my mother was the only person that made it backstage. She didn't speak English, but she shook the hands of the group, and she was very proud of that memory. So this song is like, it's a song that I've danced when I was a teenager, hundreds of times. It's a very romantic song. It's called Only You. Oh, only you can make all this world seems right. Oh, only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do, and fill my heart with love for only you. Only you in me. For it is true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you. Oh, only you can make all this change in me. For it is true, you are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you. Short song, but beautiful, very romantic. I'm going to pull a few cards to finish. But the observer of the day is the same one as in French. It's very square. It's to listen to your heart, to listen to your intuition, to listen to the mirror of life. All of life is the higher love and light of God is trying to speak to us all the time. Everything that's happening on the surface is allowed to happen, but it is an illusion. We're really moving from this. Humanity will be moving from this love of power, of material things, to the desire to be compassionate and to serve humanity, and to this power of love. And so behind the veil, there is always this presence. As you tune into the frequency, you will see that life will respond very differently. As the Mahatma used to say, change yourself and the world will change with you. The highest wisdom is serenity, to be above the drama, to keep breathing deeply, and to allow the program to unfold without being entangled in lower frequency. What we need to understand is encountering, is meeting. There is great friendship, great people that will come into our life, that will come into their life as well, and we'll both have great increase of value. There's a certain meeting that needs to happen, that will happen, that are planned to happen, both can be romantic, can be professional, can be spiritual, can be in all kinds of levels. We're going to meet each other, and we're going to meet our soul. We're going to meet ourselves eventually. For what we need to do is continue to cultivate that sense of unity, to unify with your soul, your spirit, your higher self first, before you try to become one with all of the dualistic principles. First, try to connect to this unity consciousness, and yet the material world will adapt to your frequency, and the outcome will be the great revelation. The soul our soul and spirit will reveal so much to us, and even in the world, the revelation cannot be stopped. They cannot be prevented. All the truth will come out. It just has to come in a way that doesn't collapse the collective psyche. So that's why the revelation comes slow. But as individual, we're not. As we detach from the matrix, our soul and spirit is able to reveal so much more. There is so much that has been revealed to me that I certain things I cannot talk about it. It is not the time, but we're not limited by the collective. We're limited by our own limitation. As we open up, we become receptive and trust what comes to you, what is being revealed to you. It is a progressive enlightenment process, and then share what you feel. Certain things is just for you, but much needs to be shared, needs to be anchored, needs to be so that others can awaken to their own truth. For we all hold that unique part of the truth that is our true self. Well, thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Salat.